What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the Champions League preview between Borussia Dortmund and Manchester City from the Signal Iduna Park, Wednesday, April 14th, 8 PM BST kickoff time. It is time for the Champions League quarter-final second leg, with Manchester City holding a very slender advantage with a lead of 2-1. Before I crack on with this video though, make sure, like always, if you are enjoying the content, you want to help to support my channel, then do subscribe. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. Plenty more Manchester City content to come. Don't forget also social media links. They're in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business inquiries. Leave a thumbs up if you do enjoy this video, and most importantly, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. What is your score and team prediction for this game? Where do I start with this game? Right, so it's only a slight advantage for Manchester City. Dortmund, they have the advantage of having an away goal, so unless Manchester City are going to be completely defensively sound, we're more than likely going to need an away goal if we want to go through. I think first goal in this tie for this game in Germany is absolutely crucial as to deciding who will go through. A goal for Manchester City first means we get that away goal. It means Dortmund need two to take it to extra time. They're running the risk that if they concede again, they're needing to beat Manchester City by 2 clear goals. A goal for Dortmund, and they know that Manchester City, they're going out. Because if they go 1-0 ahead, that's 2-2 on aggregate. They've got the away goal. City don't. They're going through and City are up against it. We're under pressure. So that is absolutely crucial as to who scores that first goal. We're running the risk if we're going to go defensively and look for a 0-0. I will say that right now. That's not going to do my heart or anyone else's heart any good. First goal, absolutely crucial. Now, in deciding who goes through, as simple as this. Any win for Manchester City, we go through. Any draw for Manchester City, we go through. Dortmund, if they win 1-0, go through. Anything 2-0 for Dortmund, they go through. If it finishes 2-1, it goes to extra time. If it stays 2-1, away goals still count, by the way, after extra time. If it remains 2-1 after extra time, the tie will go to penalties. Like I said, my heart doesn't want a 0-0. It certainly doesn't want penalties either. If it finishes 3-2 or anything that's 1 goal advantage to Dortmund, but Manchester City have scored more than 1 goal, so 3-2, 4-3, 5-4, you get the gist. Manchester City go through on away goals as long as it is 1 goal in it. However, if it finishes 2-0 Dortmund, 3-1 Dortmund, 4-1 Dortmund, etc, etc, if Dortmund win by more than 1 goal, then Dortmund go through. Pretty much is as simple as that. I think realistically we're looking, if Manchester City want to put themselves in as strong a position as possible, we need 2 goals in Germany. That 2 away goals trumps out Dortmund's 1 goal, hands us the advantage. It means if we get 2 goals, Dortmund need at least 4. And that's going to be very difficult against Manchester City's very strong defence, particularly like I'm expecting if Ruben Dias is in that team. So, I don't think the teams for either side is going to be too different from last time out. Injuries pending from today and tomorrow, of course, in the build-up to that. In terms of Dortmund, Marco Reus did limp off during the win versus Stuttgart, which they won away from home 3-2. Brilliant win, that one for Dortmund, keeping them clinging on to hope that they might get Champions League football next season via the Bundesliga, and a good bit of momentum to be taken into this game. I reckon he will be okay to start in this game. The 2 question marks lie across Axel Witsel. I am not expecting him to be featuring in this game. I don't think he's featured in any game since January. I'm not aware that he is in contention for this game, so I think that question mark near enough is done, but obviously anything can happen. The other question mark lies over Jadon Sancho, who is declared as being not fit for this game, but that could just be a little curveball. They could put Sancho on for a moral boost onto the bench. He could come off the bench if they need to. I do not know. All I know is Sancho, I think he's closer to coming back than what Witsel is. Now, looking further ahead into their squad, I'm wondering if Emre Can will start. He looked very vulnerable at the Etihad Stadium. He was giving the ball away and City were targeting him. That was absolutely happening, and Manchester City were exploiting that, and I don't think Dortmund can afford to do that again in Germany. Will he start or not? That remains to be seen. I'm wondering if Thomas Delaney's going to be starting. He started versus Stuttgart. I was expecting to start in the first leg. He didn't, so I'm wondering if he will come into this game. I'm wondering if Giovanni Reyna, the son of Claudio Reyna, may start in this game. Again, he featured against Stuttgart, so I'm wondering if these players might feature. I'm wondering where the changes might come. I think Dortmund will keep it near enough the same as what happened in the first leg. Dortmund consider themselves very unlucky not to have come away with at least a draw, and they very nearly did that. They were upset about Jude Bellingham's disallowed goal on Ederson with that foul as well. So I think they all think that they've got enough about them to be able to win this game. Of course, there's 5 substitutes available for both sides in this game. Germany in the Bundesliga, they've got 5 substitutes, and Dortmund did utilise that to give their players as much rest as possible. The Premier League only has 3 subs, so I think that might have impacted Man City's team selection possibly against Leeds. We may have gone with 1 or 2 more senior players, and we didn't do that. We had an all-rest for our first team squad, which will be put out here against Dortmund. Not ideal preparation going into this game on a loss. And the morale just dipping slightly, obviously not good for momentum, but we're heading into this game. We've got a fully fit first team squad to go at, so if Dortmund want to go through, they're going to have to go through against Manchester City's first team squad, which makes me feel a little bit better coming from a Manchester City fan, but we're going to be in for a good game, just like it was at the Etihad. I'm expecting this to be end-to-end. Neither side's defences were brilliant at the Etihad Stadium. I wouldn't imagine neither side's defence is going to be too brilliant here in Germany either, so it's all about who's going to put their chances away, who is clinical, and that will decide on who goes through. Looking at the dangers, obviously, Reus, he got the goal for Dortmund. He's a player that City need to be careful of. Jude Bellingham, using his pace and his directness and his ability in front of goal and his ability to be able to get into decent, strong positions. He's a player that we need to be very, very careful of. I was expecting possibly to start drifting out wide. He was kind of going through the centre, looking for the gaps on the left and on the right, in particular on the left-hand side. So we need to be extra careful of that, because Bellingham was definitely one of the danger men for Dortmund in that first leg. And of course, I don't really think I need to speak about Erling Haaland. He didn't score again at the weekend. There's no doubt in his quality is there, though. He'll be wanting to end this goal drought that he is on, and we need to be careful making sure that we're putting him under as much pressure as possible and trying to man-mark him out of this game once more. For Manchester City, there's question marks over Guerreiro and Laporte. Guerreiro not had too many updates on. I'm not expecting him to start in this game, so I don't think that's really that important if he doesn't make the squad or not. That pains me to say it, because Guerreiro is such a quality player. He's struggled with injuries this season, though, and so I think he'll be struggling to make the squad. With Laporte, he didn't feature against Leeds. He wasn't in the squad. He had a niggling little injury. He has trained, though, so I would imagine he is in contention to go into the squad, potentially even starting in this game. If Laporte is fully fit, I would be very tempted to go possibly with a Dias and Laporte centre-back partnership. I would not rule out the potential of potentially Cancelo sitting out this game and us going with Dias, Stones and Laporte across a back 3. Walker will drift in and out to make it a back 4, and also cutting into the middle. I think Cancelo is a bit better at Walker at being able to do that. I just think it would be a bit risky of us not to play Walker for his pace. Walker's pace was missed against Leeds when there was a lot of running involved. Dortmund's going to want to do a lot of running in this game, and Walker being our quickest defender, you would think would be essential for him starting in this game. So lots of little question marks as to who may start. For Manchester City, what I'm looking for is nothing silly. If the ball needs to be cleared, get it cleared. If it needs to go into the stand, put it into the stand. It's as simple as that. Don't do anything stupid. We was messing about with the ball at the Etihad Stadium. Dortmund were flirting with it a lot, of the potential of nicking the ball off us and putting themselves into a really strong position. Ederson, for example, controlling that ball. He's very lucky, in my opinion, to have got a foul against Bellingham. Very lucky indeed. You can argue a case of high foot and stuff like that. I'm just saying if it was the other way around, I'd be pretty upset, and I can understand where Dortmund are coming from. But it's silly. Why take the touch? Just boot the ball clear. It's as simple as that. There's no danger then. City, we need to be careful. We've only got a slender advantage. We need to be doing nothing stupid to make sure we're chucking that advantage away. We've worked hard in the first leg to get this advantage. Let's work hard to keep hold of that advantage. Like I said, look for that first goal. That's what I'd be looking for. I would even be tempted to tell the players, imagine this is a straight knockout 90 minutes. Keep on the tails of Dortmund. If they score, go after them. If we score, keep pushing. Go for the second goal. Get the second goal. Push for the third goal. Treat it like a normal 90 minutes. If we do that, I'm confident we can keep Dortmund to within 1. I'm confident we can get a draw. I'm confident we can even pick up a win here in Germany if we play to the best of our ability. Now, in terms of my score prediction for this game, I'm going to go for 2 goals apiece. 2-2. I reckon Manchester City will score first. I reckon it'll come in the middle of the first half. I think City may have to weather a 10-15 minute storm from Dortmund. I think Dortmund are going to come out of the blocks looking for that first goal to cut out that advantage that Manchester City have had. If we can survive the first 10, 15, maybe even 20 minutes, we can then work ourselves into the game. However, if Dortmund do that and overcommit, then the counter-attack is on for Manchester City. That's where key players like De Bruyne come into it, with his scintillating, cutting ability pass right through the heart of defences, creating opportunities for Manchester City. In my opinion, first name on the team sheet, Kevin De Bruyne, for this game. I reckon that Dortmund will equalise. I can see Manchester City retaking the lead, and then Dortmund trying to push to try and get them goals. City get 2 goals, remember. Dortmund need 4. I can see them maybe finding an equaliser, but hoping we'll just keep it at that. Remember, there is a semi-final spot in the Champions League on offer to Manchester City or Borussia Dortmund in this game. We know who we will face. We know it's going to be PSG or Bayern Munich. That game is taking place this evening. I'm going to be doing a live watch-along of that game to see potentially who we may have in the semi-final if we do make it through. Another good scouting opportunity to see if it will be PSG or injury-stricken Bayern Munich at this time. That game is also close and could go either way, just like this game. So we need to be extra careful. So I'm going to pop up my team prediction now for you. I'm going to go for Ederson in goal, Walker right back, Cancelo left back, Stones and Dias. I'm going off the presumption that Laporte won't be fully fit to start this game. I'm going for Rodri, Gundogan and Bernardo Silva as my midfield 3. Mahrez on the right, Foden on the left, and De Bruyne acting as our number 9. I think the only differences we may see is it could maybe be Ferran Torres or Gabriel Jesus potentially going into the squad, acting as a striker for Manchester City. If that does happen, I reckon it'll probably be Bernardo Silva to miss out rather than Gundogan or Kevin De Bruyne, but I could be wrong. Also looking at left back, we've already spoken about Laporte. I don't think Mendy will start in this game. Perhaps Zinchenko. I wouldn't have a problem with that. I thought his set-piece ability and putting the ball into the penalty area from his free kicks and corners was very good against Leeds United. I wouldn't have a problem with that. Just going to be a bit of a risk if he's going up, particularly if Sancho is able to start in this game somehow, which I'm not expecting that he will. Then we could have a problem there. Could be Reus going out on the right-hand side. It could be Reyna going out on the right-hand side. Maybe even moving Bellingham onto the right-hand side. Who knows? So we need to be extra careful. That, to me, what I put out there is the strongest squad as Manchester City can field with the injuries and the training ability and the players that have played over the last week and a half or so for Manchester City. So that is my team prediction for this game. Score prediction, I'm going for 2-2. So let me know in the comments below your score and team prediction for this game. Also leave your thoughts of anything else in the comments below too. Leave a thumbs up if you did enjoy this video. Subscribe if you're new around here. Press that red button, press the bell and put your push notifications on. I am aiming for 17,000 subscribers, so any help towards that would be much appreciated. Don't forget also social media links in the description below and sliding across at the bottom of the screen if you want to go and follow me on my Twitter and Instagram. My email also in the description below too if you want to hit me up for any sponsorships for any videos or any general business enquiries. And I will see you all for the live watch-along of that PSG game against Bayern Munich. I put out a video earlier on today with Manchester City announcing a signing for next summer in the form of Kike, if you want to go and check that out. Or I'll see you all for the massive game, the biggest game of the season for Manchester City tomorrow, live watch-along. It's Borussia Dortmund taking on Manchester City. City lead by 2-1, going into a big game at the Signal Iduna Park. No fans. Could be crucial, that. We'll see what happens. Champions League semi-final. Can we break this quarter-final hoodoo? We will get our answer by tomorrow night, 10 PM. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's City going through. There's no extra time, there's no penalties, and it's us going through. We will have our answer by tomorrow night. Champions League action. Here we go. I'll see you all for that. I do hope that everyone enjoyed the video. Thank you, everyone, for watching. I hope everyone is safe and well. I've been JSGC. Peace. Ciao for now.